What's good, YouTube? Back with another video. And on this video, I would like to share with you guys my top 2 stretch builds. Shout out to my homie Kent McCoy. I'm sure he's going to be watching this video. But this video will guide you to making the best stretch build. I'm going to go into detail my thought process to help determine the best way to get the most out of this build. So make sure to watch the entire video. The second build requires you to maneuver around attributes. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Now on the first build, I wanted to focus on shooting with my skill breakdown. I wanted that to be the focal point. So I selected this. Now, as far as physical profile, I wanted to make sure speed and acceleration was a priority. Strength, I really didn't care too much. I will be on the perimeter, so I won't be down low. I don't really have to worry about too much about my strength. Now, as far as my attributes, I started with 440, and I wanted to focus on shooting, obviously. And with shooting, I ended up having 30 shooting badges. Wanted to maximize that. And then on my next category, I wanted to focus on my defense/rebounding. And I wanted to make sure that goes all the way up. And by doing so, I believe I ended up with 6 or 7 defensive/rebounding badges. I wish I could have more, but I'm kind of handicapped the way 2K has set up this this category. And after defense/rebounding, you want to focus on your playmaking. The reason for this is because if you're getting buckets on the perimeter, you're going to be looking to make passes for your teammates. So you want to make sure your accuracy is on point and your ball handling is on point to make sure you're able to make plays for your teammates. Now, your body shape, I would say compact will be the best route to take. The reason for this, you don't want to be too bulky, you don't want to be too skinny. So I felt compact was a sweet spot. Now, as your height goes, I would say 6'11". The reason for this, your interior defense goes up, and obviously they penalize you for going higher because your mid-range takes a hit and your three-point shooting takes a hit, and as well your playmaking takes a hit. But you don't have to worry about that because you'll get skill boost for your playmaking and your shooting. And if you get skill boost for your shooting, you will always end up having a 90 plus for your three-point shot and your mid-range shot. So you really don't have to worry too much about that. And your weight, I went with 240. My wingspan, I really didn't want to play with that too much. I felt 86 and 89 was perfectly fine, especially with skill boost. It bumped me up to a 90 plus. I ended up having 4 archetypes: post, sharpshooting, rim, and playmaking. Now, with this build, you want to make sure you choose your sharpshooting, whereas 2K would say your spot-up shooter takeover. The reason for this, you want to be able to space the floor, and you want to be able to help your teammates win games. So make sure you choose spot-up shooter as far as your takeover. And when you finish with this build, you will end up having a stretch 4 archetype, which is kind of sweet to have a stretch 4 and have a post takeover. You can kind of go crazy in the paint with that post takeover. Now on to the second build. I end up choosing shooting and finishing as far as my skill breakdown. I want to make sure that was a priority in this build. I skimmed through the process because it took me a while to figure out how to go about making this build. And on this build, my thought process was to have the slashing takeover. The reason for this, if I'm getting buckets on the perimeter, I would like to have a slashing takeover because guys will not be able to play me if they face guard me. I will be able to have the blow by animation and I will be able to easily get into the paint. I repeat, I did not want to worry about my playmaking category. That was the least of my worries. But on this build, the reason for maneuvering around is because I ended up having post as my takeover. And I did not want post as my takeover because I did not want to have to worry about having to be in the post compared to end up having to have my slashing as my takeover. The reason for this, in my opinion, post kind of slows down the offense, whereas slashing speeds up the offense. So if you're able to get inside the paint as quickly as possible, it can help your teammates out. Now, I kept playing around with this. I believe I had to maneuver around post fades and my close shots to get the desired build that I want. And I end up having close shot maybe around 81. No, let me go back because it took me a while to figure this out. So when I go back, I end up having to maneuver around post fades, post hook, and close shots. That was my issue. Again, I did not touch playmaking category. I wanted to focus on those. And by messing around with that, having a 90 close shot, it helped me to get the slashing archetype. And that's what I wanted, the slashing takeover. You are going to need this for this particular build because if you're getting buckets on the perimeter, it will help you to have a slashing blow-by animation. And again, thank you for watching this video. If this video helped you out, please hit that like button. If you have any ideas, or if I didn't mention anything that you needed to know, hit me up on the comment section. Again, thank you for watching, and hit that like button. Thank you.